Mind calm, body at ease, breathing quiet, sentiment benevolent. Dharma friends, sitting still in vital silence, wanting nothing, we practice eco-Buddhism together. The sound of the temple bell booms for all to cease from conflict. May the way of Buddha usher in the dawn of non-violent global village forever. Here is the after sound of the bell. Thunder of silence, light after Dharma rain. Vairocana Mahamudra Mani Padma Jivala Pravartaya
Please stand and join me in chanting of the three refuges. In keeping with our tradition, We will first chant, we will take refuge in Buddha Dharma Sangha first in Sino-Korean and then in English. So please throw your voice in as best you can.
Shim Vimyane Shivam Samse Chemam Chahe Sanju Ilshe Utaya Ajum Shim Vimyane Shivam Samse Chemam Chahe Sanju Ilshe Dhammaya Ajum Shim Vimyane Shivam Samse Chemam Chahe Sanju Ilshe
Please repeat after me in English. I go for refuge to the Buddha
I go for refuge to the Buddha
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment
and realize the great way.
and realize the great way.
I go for refuge to the Dharma
I go for refuge to the Dharma
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will penetrate the teachings
I will penetrate the teachings
and uncover oceans of wisdom.
and uncover oceans of wisdom.
I go for refuge to the Sangha
I go for refuge to the Sangha
and resolve with all beings.
and resolve with all beings.
I will seek peace and happiness for the many
I will seek peace and happiness for the many
and transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
and transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
So now please be seated. Oh, dear Dharma friends, we received word at about 1:30 a.m. that our founder and root teacher, Zen Master Sununu, has passed away. And so we will be doing some special chanting for him today. When a root teacher passes away, all of the remaining teachers remove their classes. So Jagwa and I will take a moment to do that, and Tongsan will light a special candle for Sununu. So in a moment, we will do some chanting. First, I wanted to just give a little information about Sunu's passing. So our founder, Sununu, was 81 years old. Last evening, he passed away at 11 p.m. And at his side were his key disciples, Doan Sununu, the current Dharma master from Mexico City, Haju Sununu, our root teacher, Sanha Sununu, who is the director of the Toronto Temple, and a few key temple members, Bokong from Mexico City, Joyong from Toronto. So a few days ago, while we were at Peace Camp, I think this was probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, we received this letter from Doan Sununu. I hope this finds you well. As all of you know, Sununu has Parkinson's disease combined with dementia. He's been remarkably well this year. Generally speaking, very stable, free from pain, tranquil, and without difficult events. Although he has moments of lively clarity, most of the time he is silent, calmly silent. He sleeps a lot. Reverend Sanha has been constantly with him, taking care of his every need with a mindful eye, sincere and warm heart, as well as good humor. And many times he connects with her good humor. He was with Bokong and me, referring to Doan, in Mexico for 5 months, from November 2020 through April 2021. The following months of spring, summer, and late fall, he was with Sanha in our spring wind farm, an ideal environment for him. Haju Sununu visited him there. After that, Sanha took him to the Toronto Temple, where he has resided since. Bokong and I visited him this year, February through March. That stability has now changed. Since about a month ago, he clearly shows some difficulty while swallowing solid food. Parkinson's is a degenerative process that affects more and more all body movement. His appetite has decreased drastically. He resists taking solid food. Sanha has been getting him Ensure, a well-known nutrition drink, with some other light things, and for the last week or so, he has been drinking even less. Sometime in early 2019, being fully aware of his disease and understanding that in the future he would not likely be in condition to decide about his health, he expressed to Sanha and me that first, he would not like his life being unnecessarily sustained or extended by artificial means. Second, he entrusted Sanha and me the difficult decisions to be made when the time comes to do so. For now, we have decided not to take him to a hospital, but to provide him with home palliative care. We'd rather have him at home, which is the temple he founded, and close to the people he has shared his life with. Sanha and I considered it very important to convey Sununu's condition to all of you, wishing the best always. So that was Tuesday, and then last evening we received the word that he had passed away. Haji Sununu, knowing that this was imminent, flew to Toronto yesterday to be with him. So when a teacher passes away, we do some special chanting, the Great Compassion Dharani and the Bardo prayer. So I would like our greeters now to assist in passing out the Great Compassion Dharani. So recognizing that this is a very warm day and it's difficult to be chanting with a mask on, I'm going to put my mask back on for safety. Please feel free, if the flow of oxygen is not enough for you, just to stop and listen as the chanting occurs. So we will chant this 3 times through. Before we begin, one more remark. The Great Compassion Dharani is written in Siddham. It's a very ancient Indian language, similar to Sanskrit, but not quite the same. So consider this a sound practice. There are English translations available, but when we chant it, we usually just chant it in its original form, just feeling the effect of the chanting on our bodies. The great
Visa, visa, saranam, subhadayam, salvaporanam, avamaram, visudaram, tanyata, Isasikeya Parina Vinaya Sabhava Nyavarachanda Vilasanaya Sabhava Namo Rajaya Yaya Namayaya Paromije Sevaraya Sabhava Sindhudambuddhayarani Namo Radhanaya Namagaya Parokije Sevaraya Bodhisattva Mahasaravaya Mahakarunikaya Om Savavaya Sutana Karaya Tasamya Namakarita Imamaya Parodije Sevarata Niraganta Namakarinaya Navaya Isani Savata Saranam Suvanayam Sarvabodhanam Amaramisudhanam Pranyata Om Aroge Aroga Vajiroga Chidaram Jai Hare Mahamoji Sarava Samara Samara Parinaya Puro Puro Kamasadaya Sadaya Toro Toro Miyante Mahamiyante Tara Tara Tarinare Sevara Tara Tara Maramimara Amara Moje Oge Sevara Nami Sami Nasayana Sami Sami Nasaya Mohajarami Sami Nasaya Puro Puro Mara Puro Hare Kanava Navasara Sara Siri Siri Soro Soro Mocha Mocha Modaya Modaya Medariya Niraganta Kavasa Nasanam Para Paranaya Manasavara Sitaya Savara Sitaya Savara Sitayuye Sevaraya Savara Niragantaya Savara Arahamokam Sikamokaya Savara Anamataya Savachakaya Yogaya Savara Sankasonane Kodanaya Savara Maharakutaya Sabbaha Anasaganta Isasi Shreya Parina Vinaya Sabbaha Yadara Shama Vivasanaya Sabbaha Namo Radharaya Yaya Namaraya Parokite Sevaraya Sabbaha.
Please stand and stretch your legs, and then the leaders will come and collect your chanting sheet. And a second sheet is being passed around, the Bardo prayers. So go ahead and sit back down. And if you would please turn your mats, you can turn this way a little bit so that you can see the photograph on the altar of our founder, Sununu. Can you hear with this thing on? So please join me in reciting the Buddhist Bardo prayer.
O compassionate ones, abiding in all directions, endowed with all-knowing wisdom and loving compassion, giving protection and guidance to all sentient beings, we invoke your presence and ask that you hear our prayer. O compassionate ones, Sununu is passing from this world to the next. He has entered the great mystery of death and rebirth. O compassionate ones, protect Sununu, who is now defenseless. Be to him like a father and mother. O compassionate ones, give guidance to Sununu, who is now alone with the joys and sorrows of his past life. Guide him to see beyond his blindness and to let go of attachments, so that he may move freely through the passage between lives. May the power of unconditional forgiveness embrace him. May he be clear and unafraid of the karmic winds that may surround him. May he know all sounds as his own sound. May he know all lights as his own light. May he know all pain and pleasure to be transient. O compassionate ones, help his heart to be open, and may the thought of loving kindness guide him to choose a new life that will benefit himself and others. May the sound of this prayer emanate in all directions. May his thoughts become his thoughts. May all doubts dissolve. May the power of our love be strong and clear. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, compassionate ones, manifest now your ancient vows. May all beings awaken to the unborn and undying Buddha mind, the source and substance of all there is. Gate, gate, hara, gate, hara, samgate, bodhisattva. Gate, gate, hara, gate, hara, samgate, bodhisattva. Gate, gate, hara, gate, hara, samgate, bodhisattva.
So if our greeters would please collect the chanting sheets. At the end of the service, we will offer these, we will offer some copies for you to take home if you wish. So those of us at the temple will be doing this special Bardo prayer chanting for 49 days. And you are invited to join that as well. There will be a formal memorial service. I don't know when or where. Details will be announced as we get them. So Sunnu's passing brings to mind the 5 remembrances. And I'm going to read these. I think many of you have heard them before, but it's a reminder of the nature of impermanence. 5 remembrances. Number 1, I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. Number 2, I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. Number 3, I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. Number 4, all that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. Number 5, my actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. So we will offer these 5 remembrances in our e-bulletin newsletter so that you may have them. So I find the timing of Sununu's passing sort of interesting and fortuitous because next week is Ullambana Day. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. At the end, we'll open the floor so there can be some discussion. But let's first talk about Ullambana Day. So Sununu, wonderful character, brought us many beautiful things, but also very challenging. And had people with whom there were conflicts. And we have people like this in our lives as well, every one of us, in our families, in our communities. What happens when somebody passes away before you've had a chance to resolve this conflict or to say what it is that you need to say? We have every year a special service called Ullambana Day, which is a service of remembrance and recognition. And that will be happening next Sunday, actually, August 14th. So in Sanskrit, Ullambana means hanging upside down or suspended. It can also mean rice bowl or making offerings. So it's a ritual that seeks the salvation of beings suspended in hell, and also making offerings to the spirits of the ancestors. So this tradition is Chinese in origin. It was created after the Buddha's time, around the 3rd century. And there is an Ullambana Sutra that comes from the time of the Buddha that tells the story of Moggallana, one of the chief disciples. This is the disciple known for psychic powers. And this disciple, Moggallana, had a vision and saw that his mother had been reborn as a hungry ghost. So a hungry ghost is a being that has a very small throat and an extended stomach, and also have the image of a being that eats hot coals. So just hungry, wanting to take in nutrition, not being able to. So Moggallana saw his mother as a being that was in this state. So he sought counsel from the Buddha as to how to make things better. And the Buddha said that a great store of merit from a large community of monks was needed to ease her torments and to cancel all evil karma. So he advised Moggallana to make offerings of vegetables and fruit dishes in 100 tastes. And the whole community did some chanting. around this event to ease the pain of the suffering mother. So in our tradition, we celebrate Ulumbana Day on the 15th day of the 7th month in the Chinese calendar, so August or September. It's a purification practice that includes penance, forgiveness, and reconciliation. A special practice for the departed happens in days prior to the ceremony. So you may, if you choose to participate, you may want to do some of the chanting that we've been doing as part of your preparation, the Great Compassion Dharani or Bardo Prayer or something like that. It involves writing a letter to the deceased person for whom the ceremony is performed. And the letter will be read during the ceremony, although this is very private. So while you're reading your letter in front of the altar, others are chanting so that they cannot hear what you're saying. But you can have this personal moment with the person you're doing Untitled for. It involves bringing offerings, such as favorite food, a special object. It involves special chanting. And at the end of the ceremony, we feel more purified, able to move forward as best we can, and we burn the letters, if we wish, as an offering. So Ulumbana service does not have to be done for somebody who has passed away. Ulumbana service could be done for someone with whom you no longer have another avenue of communication or reconciliation. It could be the end of a divorce. It could be the end of a relationship, these kinds of things. So you can choose. Just to reflect a little my own personal experience with Ulumbana Day. This happened about 7-8 years ago. My brother, who was older than me, passed away at the age of 62. And the circumstances of his death were a little bit unclear. The autopsy report says his heart stopped, so he was found at home, in his home. But he had been hospitalized a little bit before that, maybe a month before that. And the reason he was hospitalized was that he had passed out from consuming too much alcohol. So this brother of mine had a problem with alcoholism. He lived way out in Omaha. I lived in Ann Arbor. We had not been close for a while. However, this, of course, brought up all sorts of feelings and conflicts for me. It's like, why had I not remained in touch with my brother? Why did I not know what was going on? How could I have been helped? How could I have helped him? How could I have given him something? And because he passed away without a will, and he had children, he was divorced, he had children, he had an ex-wife. My sister and I were asked to be executors of the will. And so in this process, we were uncovering all of these relationships that existed, trying to settle the estate, all of this kind of thing. And because of the estranged relationship, my choice was to settle the estate, but to not maintain contact with his family. So that too is something I'm still in process to this day. I participated in the Ulumbana Day service, and it did help. So my experience was in writing that letter. It's kind of an act of remembering the good times, the bad times when we grew up together. his relationship with his kids. Recalling things like playing golf together, taking his kids to the Henry Ford Museum, these kinds of things. And so in writing this letter, just recognizing that it's an opportunity to recognize he was not stable, that he suffered greatly and silently, and I was not there for him. So then, as I read this letter at the ceremony, that was kind of a purification practice. I appreciated the chanting, the opportunity to burn the letter, and just more of a sense of peace, more of a sense of how to handle this conflict. So that's my personal experience with the Nirvana Day. Others here who've done it, I'm sure, have their own experience. But I just wanted to give you the flavor and to encourage you to sign up to participate if you wish. There's a sign-up sheet in the lobby. Jagwa, our Dharma teacher, will be leading the service. When you sign up, she will be calling you and going over the details of the service and how to prepare for it. So I encourage you to do that. So in this time of passing Sununu, we don't have much time for remembrances today of Sununu. And I'm not sure many of you knew him personally because there's a lot of new people here. There will, as I say, be a formal ceremony in which there's a chance to share more. And those who wish to talk about it, please be in touch with the temple this week and we will assist you with that. So, in conclusion, I would like to encourage, as we move forward with the relationships in our lives, to engage in deep listening, to respond from a place beyond prejudice and taking sides, to respond from a place of we, and to utilize this practice in this precious lifetime so that we can embody deep friendship as expressed in the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and in the four great vows. So I invite you now to repeat after me the four great vows. All beings, one body.
All beings, one body.
I vow to liberate.
I vow to liberate.
Blind passions, one root.
Blind passions, one root.
I vow to terminate.
I vow to terminate.
Dharma gates, one mind.
Dharma gates, one mind.
I vow to penetrate.
I vow to penetrate.
The great way of Buddha.
The great way of Buddha.
I vow to realize.
I vow to realize.
And now I invite a few announcements before we make our final vows together.
Welcome everybody and good morning.
Good morning, Magamok.
We have a lot of new people here today. If you guys have any questions after the service, you can ask any of us wearing gray, myself, Maung, Jagwa, and Tongsan, and we will do our best to answer your questions. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our summer and fall schedule, which is on the table in the entrance hall. It's a flyer so you can take it home with you. And it lists the various programs that we have going on. We offer introductory meditation classes from time to time, which meet on Thursday evenings for 5 consecutive weeks. We offer yoga classes and also retreats. And in fact, this Saturday, we have a one-day meditation retreat coming up. So that'll be this Saturday, August 13th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. During this retreat, we'll be doing some sitting meditation, some walking meditation, some work practice, and there'll be a vegetarian lunch. We will not be hanging upside down. There's a sign-up sheet in the entrance hall if you're interested in attending that meditation retreat. And then, as Mao mentioned, there will be the Ulambana service a week from today. So Sunday, August 14th, that will be held after this 10 a.m. regular service. So that'll be at 11:45 a.m. And those who wish to participate should sign up on the sign-up sheet for that also. One of our members, Joanna Farben, will be traveling to Switzerland. And so she's been a temple member for many years. She's going on tour to Switzerland in the middle of August, and they would highly appreciate your financial support for this endeavor. They wrote a little paragraph here saying, "I'm honored and ecstatic to be invited to Zurich, Switzerland this August to help curate a solo gallery exhibition of my oil portraits, as well as to lead a week-long portrait drawing workshop. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to draw the public again and put the process of how I build the portraits on display to teach, to inspire." So if you wish to help support Joe's work, you can contribute to their GoFundMe campaign. There is a flyer in the entrance hall. It's yellow, and it has the website for that GoFundMe campaign. And the temple is supported by your kind donations of time and money. There's a fishbowl in the entrance hall for monetary donations. And if you'd like to volunteer your time, there's several opportunities to do that, such as working in the garden. So just talk to any of us after the service today if you're interested in volunteering.
So thank you, Magamat. So now let's please stand and we'll conclude with 3 formal vows. So if people don't get the butt shot, I will be facing you. If I could have a few volunteers to pick up the second row of mats and cushions, then we will be ready for our 4 p.m. service.